Hello and good morning. Thank you for probably watching the replay because I hope you're still in bed. The thought for today is respect as we journey on the 64 ways and 64 days of peace and nonviolence. We're on day 26 now. The thought for today is respect. So this is an interesting one. I mean, I like this one, right? This is good. But as I was reading it, I have it posted on allnaturalme.com. There was a lot because I just read the podcast. My Prepare for 2012. That's great. As I was reading for the podcast on Anchor Radio FM, when we go deeper with Gandhi, I was like, whoa, like, I read it out loud and I thought, wow, I hope that made sense because there's a lot. So anyways, we'll just kind of skim through it today. The thought for today is respect. Do you feel like you have respect in your life? Do you feel like you give respect in your life? Are you giving people respect despite what they actually may do in their life? Like, even if you don't like the choices that I make, can you still respect me as a human being? So that's kind of the thought for today. So Gandhi taught, and the first one I like, Gandhi taught language is an exact reflection of the character and growth of its speakers. So what kind of language are you using? Respecting yourself and others means making a choice not to use profanity or put downs, right? That's to yourself and to others. Let our language be based on respect for those we address. So our first intention is to just clean up our mouth. Good morning, how are you? And the put downs too, putting down others and putting down ourselves. So the first topic of respect is language. The life of peace excludes no one. So let your words reflect your respect for others and yourself, right? And yourself. When you speak from the depth of your heart and soul. Deacon, I could easily go back to sleep. So the other side of respect is listening. So listen to others with the respect that what they have to say matters. So I love it today. The act of listening has a calming effect on others. Even if you find yourself in like a heated conversation, a heated tirade, just listening models a nonviolence response. So that's the thought for today. Respecting other people with using words that come from our heart and soul, right? Avoiding putting down others and ourselves. Okay, so respect goes out, respect goes in. Good morning, Kevin. And also listening. So when someone's speaking to you, can you listen and really listen? And that tells them that what they have to say matters. And it just adds to kind of like the peaceful vibe, right? So this is a good message for me to start my day off. I'm headed out to work. Oh, I love Saturdays. So MK Gandhi said, courtesy towards opponents and eagerness to understand their viewpoint is the ABC of nonviolence. So courtesy, that's respect towards opponents, and an eagerness to understand what they're even saying, right? Their viewpoint. A lot of people just probably get fired up and fight with each other because they're like, you're not even listening to me, right? You're not even like, you don't even care. You don't even want to try to understand. So Gandhi was saying that like just an eagerness to understand that person is a simple act to nonviolence. Try it. Try it in your next argument. So here's the affirmation. Today, as I interact with and observe people, okay, as I observe people and interact today, I will be aware of the ways in which I respect each person. Just observe yourself too. Are you respecting them? Are you trying to listen to them? Are you using kind words, or are you swearing at them and putting them down? So that's kind of like a way to gauge where you're at on how much respect you give others. Now, I wrote this on allnaturalme.com. Their suggestion, agnt.org, they suggested that you draw a picture of someone with whom you have a great deal of respect, which I laughed at because it may not be a compliment if I draw it. And then, think of words that really describe that person. So here's a quote for us. This is from John Gardner. If you have some respect for people as they are, you can be more effective in helping them become better than they are. So he was saying, like, you at least have to respect them a little bit. You got to respect them a little bit, just as they are. And that will help you help them become even better. So today I understand that holding others in esteem as human beings is separate and distinct from liking or approving of their actions. I'll put that in my own words so you understand it. Just me respecting you as a human being, okay, that's in its own sense, its own right. It's different from me liking or approving of what you actually do. I don't have to like what you do. I don't have to approve of your actions. But what I can do is respect you and hold you in high esteem as a human being, right? That's why, I literally can love you despite the fact of what you actually do in your life, right? You don't have to approve of people, but you can still love them and respect them. Or as this said, hold them in esteem. So feeling worthy, and then also understand that some people act out because they don't feel worthy, right? So giving everybody that beautiful esteem and respect could help them feel worthy and could help the world be a better place. It's all hypothetical, but it sounds good to me. So I invite you all, if you're interested in this program from AGNT, to visit me on allnaturalme.com. I have all these great little images and pictures, and I have it all written down as I blast the white screen in your face. Because this is a lot, and I don't know if I can handle reading it all today. I mean, it was a lot when we go deeper with Gandhi here on day 26. So I'm a third of the way through of the 64 days of my morning broadcasts. What a great idea, Sadie. All right, so MK Gandhi said, freedom is not worth having if it does not connote freedom to err. So once again, like we were talking about yesterday, all Gandhi wants to talk about today is the law of choice, right? It's the law of free will, right? But also today, the fact that if we're going to respect this freedom, we have to respect the law of consequence, right? What we make these actions and then they come back to us. We have to give people, respect them, that they can make their own actions, but then we have to stand back and let them deal with their consequence. That's part of free will. So we are free to choose everything except the consequences of our choices. So you're free to choose everything except the natural consequences that will come about from your actions. So I'm telling you, he went so deep today. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going back to bed, but I can't. I have to go to work. So yeah, we get to choose everything except the natural cause and effect outcomes. So whatever our choices, they will always have consequences, whether they're a good consequence or a bad consequence. In Gandhi's nonviolent struggles, he always accepted that there would be consequences for himself, as well as those he opposed. He accepted these consequences with no sense of victimhood, only a recognition of the logical consequences of his actions. So yeah, for each of us, free will implies the ability to make mistakes. Yep. We must be prepared to accept all the consequences of these choices. So it's kind of a dire, it's not dire, that's not the right word, Sadie. But like for a Saturday morning, like, good morning, have a great day, and be prepared to accept all the consequences of all your actions. It kind of makes you want to like choose wisely a little bit. A little bit. So anyways, it's also really important for us to remember that the people that we care about have their own freedom to err, to make mistakes, to choose for themselves. Just as it's important to lovingly allow them free choice, it is also important to allow them to experience the consequences of those choices. I think as parents, you naturally learn how to do this, right? Like, hey, if you're running with that blanket over your head, right? Like you like try to stop them, but then you're like, well, they're going to do it. So then they're going to learn what it feels like to run into the wall, right? Like as parents, you're like, I don't think it's a good idea to eat 12 cupcakes in a row, right? But then like they're like, but you told me I could eat whatever I want. Okay, you're right. You have the free will. You got the free choice. Now experience the natural law of cause and effect, right? So it's just saying that like it's really important to allow them their own choices, people in your life, not just your kids, everyone, and then allow them the learning experience that they get from their consequences, both good and bad, right? So anyways, a lot of times we want to protect them and rescue them, your friends, your family, but then you're really not allowing them that experience, right? I don't know. What do you think? So I'll just read right from the program here. While it may seem while it may sometimes feel cruel, what was that? To allow them to suffer from their own choices, to rescue them from the consequences of those choices is the real cruelty. Right? We prevent them from learning. I'm not laughing at what I read. I'm laughing at my tongue tied. We prevent them from learning important life lessons about choices and consequences and encourage them to make the same incorrect choices in the future. So in a way, they say this is the more violent path because you're not letting them learn that that was a bad mistake, right? So if someone does something criminal, right, and then they just get off the hook about it, they're probably going to do it again. They didn't learn the consequence of that action. So affirmative practice today on day 26. This makes me want to go back to bed, you guys. This is a lot. Why couldn't friendliness have been today? All right. So much love to everybody. Have a beautiful day. Today, I will meditate on free will, choices, and their consequences. Today, I will recognize that every choice has consequences and make my choices with conscious thought. Okay? Today, I will love others. I will love them in their choices and their consequences. This is a path of nonviolence. Love people no matter what. Okay? Day 26, respect. One more thing for you to add on to your day. Whew. Remember, this is a program from agnt.org. I'm just doing my best to promote it. Today, I will take time to appreciate the people who provide me with challenges in my life, especially those who make me angry or frustrated. I wanted to say that before I said that you should appreciate the people who drive you up the wall, who make you frustrated and you angry. Why would you take time to appreciate them? Well, one, because they're human beings, and two, because they're providing you a valuable lesson with this challenge. right? Like, thank you for driving me nuts. You're giving me a beautiful opportunity to expand my capacity to love unconditionally and pay you respect under every circumstance. See? Those buggers, they actually make you a better person. So anyways, you guys, thanks for plowing through that with me. Much respect to you, much love. Have a beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful, respectful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. So much love to you guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That was a lot, wasn't it? You guys have a beautiful day. I'll be back on tonight with the My Singing Monster broadcast. Much love, you guys. Take care.